So anyone working for the Foundation is probably familiar with Dr. Cool. Whether you've heard his voice, or you've just heard of some of the things he's done, I think just about everyone here is familiar with the infamous 0512. Probably the most controversial and mysterious topic involving Dr. Cool is, how does his mask function? Before we jump into specifics, let's go over a basic overview of what Dr. Cool's mask is like exactly. The mask itself is made out of a hard aluminum and black rubber for both protection and comfort on the face. The blue pipe is Dr. Cool's oxygen and air supply tube, and the red tube is Dr. Cool's blood supply tube. Each tube has working sensor lights running through it that manages to scan both the air and blood of the pipes for any abnormalities. The red tube sensors can scan blood from all of Dr. Cool's body. Each light of the tube represents a different organ inside Dr. Cool, and upon discovering anything unusual, one of these sensor lights will begin to blink, indicating to Dr. Cool and others that something is wrong, to which Dr. Cool can be inspected or prepped for any kind of surgery. Sensors inside the blue tube scan Dr. Cool's lungs and oxygen intake into his brain. It also will detect if the mask is ineffective and allowing toxic chemicals or bioweapon gases into Dr. Cool's filtration mask. However, despite wearing such a cool and awesome mask that can scan just about everything and help keep him alive, this mask does not work for SCP-020 spores. However, it is in comparison to wearing a full hazmat suit in the presence of some airborne pathogens, such as SCP-008. The tubes of the mask wrap around into a leather neck collar that wraps around Dr. Cool's neck, covering the smaller wires for the sensors and smaller tubes connecting from the larger ones that run towards the front of Dr. Cool's throat inside the collar, where they are able to enter scars and holes inside Dr. Cool's throat from the 682 incident. The air tubes go into Dr. Cool's trachea, causing air to bypass the massive slice in his air tube from 682, and redirecting the carbon dioxide out of his lungs through the air tubes and out his ventilator mask. The blood tube is connected to the lower carotid artery, or the right artery of the neck, and transports the blood to Dr. Cool's mask, where it is cleaned of any potential poisons and scanned in the right cap of his mask, then filtered back to the upper part of the damaged artery to his brain, and vice versa. Dr. Cool's mask is full of sensor wires and electronic life support functions to create a vacuum for both air and blood to be pulled towards his mask. His tubes are made of an experimental material that is flexible but strong as steel. Adrenaline packs are located near Dr. Cool's chin, so if he pushes down hard enough with his chin, he could allow adrenaline to be pumped into his blood tube, allowing for an extra push of strength in dangerous situations. Dr. Cool also has a microphone located inside the front section of the mask for easier communication to those around him. The straps of the mask are made from nylon material for added strength, with two straps, one that fits snug over the top of Dr. Cool's head under his beret, and a second, lower one that wraps around the back of his neck and is attached by plastic hooks.